All right, Madeline, so today we are doing a spelling lesson where we will take some root words. We will add the suffix ed to each word, and then we will sort them based on the sound that the ed makes. So ed can make 3 different sounds. It can make a ed sound. It can make a d sound, or it can make a t sound. And when we add ed to a word, that means it is in the past tense. So I will do the first word first, then we will do the second word together, and then the rest of the words you will do it on your own, and then I will help you if you need some help. So for our first word, we have yell. Now, in order to make it past tense, I will add the ed, and we will have yelled. So what sound does that end with? Yelled.
D.
Okay, so we are going to put it in the column with just the D sound. Yelled. So even though it just makes the D sound, we still add ed. Okay? So you will add the ed right here, but then the D is the sound it makes. Now, this time it's going to be your turn to write it, and I will help. So our next word is yank. And if we add ed, we'll have yanked. So think about that. What sound does it end with?
D.
Yanked.
T.
That's the letter. What sound?
T.
Okay. So which column has the T sound?
This one.
Okay. So from here, straight across, you'll start by writing yank, and then we will add the suffix.
It a little bit changed color since you put it right there.
It's okay.
I'm not really good drawing these like this, but I'm just gonna try my best.
Okay. Now add the suffix at the end, ed, that is going to change it to be past tense. And then can you read that word? Do you remember which word? Yanked.
Yanked.
Yank. Yanked.
Yank.
Okay, let's move on to the next word. We have the word slump. Now, if we add the ed on the end, what do you think that's going to sound like? Can you guess?
Yes. I forgot what is.
You would add the sound to the end. The word is slump.
Ed.
Okay.
Sled.
So we'll work on it. We'll work on it together.
It's
okay.
sled.
So the word will go from slump to slumped. Do you understand that we're adding sound at the end of the word? So the root word does not change. It stays as slump, but when you add ed, the suffix, it becomes slumped. And then it changes the meaning from right now to past tense.
But why is it not sled? Ed.
That's a different word. Slumped.
Slump.
So what sound does that end with? Slumped.
T. Slump.
So which column will you put it? Which one has the T sound?
This one.
Yes. So then you'll write the word slump and then add the ED.
O. U. M. P. E. D.
Great job. So let me show you. Here, I'll get a different color soon. So you did a great job. Slumped. So do you see how this part of the word stayed the same, and then all you added was the ED from here? So you go from slump to slumped, and it changes the meaning just by adding the suffix.
ED.
Okay. So our next word is limp. If we change it and add the suffix ed, we will have limped. What sound does that make? Okay. So I will do this one. Limp. So it will be limp still. Then add the suffix ed. Limped. Even though they are all ed, it can make the different noises. So now let's do one
together.
We'll skip the next one. Let's do one that sounds different than the since we already did a few of those, okay? Our next word is smile. Now can you think of what the word would be when you add the ed to it?
Smile.
Remember that you're adding it to the end. So the word stays the same and then you add it to the end. Smile, and then you add the sound at the end. Smiled. That's correct. Do you understand how you went from smile to smiled? So, and you know what smiled means.
Mm-hmm.
So if you say, I smiled earlier, you did that in the past, not right now. Okay, so take this and you're going to choose the column where smiled will go. What sound does that make at the end? Okay. Okay, wait. Maddie, wait.
Mommy, I jotted the A.
Okay.
Perfectly.
So that was a great A, except we are not adding A.
I'm sorry. But now it's bad.
Okay. So for this
That's
one,
too bad.
we are adding ED, except there's already an E. So based on smiled, so what did you add at the end?
Actually, D.
Okay, so can you say it? Smiled. Okay. Our next word is like. What will that word be when you add ed to the end?
Lied.
Okay, say it all together.
Lied.
Like, and then add it at the end.
Lied. I don't understand.
Are you focused?
I'm confused.
You're confused? Okay, we have the word like. We add ed to the end. So it still stays as like, and then you add the sound to the end. So say it all together.
Smiled.
That's the word we just did. We're working on like.
Light.
You keep taking away the K sound. We're not taking away K sound. Okay?
Light.
Okay, so we have the word liked. Liked. I liked that movie. Do you understand?
So it goes right
Like.
here.
Okay, do you want to write it?
Yes. K. E. D.
Good job. You didn't put the extra E this time, so that's great. So our last word is pat. If you add ED sound to the end, Ed, what word would that become?
To
make it past tense.
Wait, can you tell me that word again?
Pat.
Pad. Pad.
Does that sound like a word? So this one is different, so I will explain it to you. So pat, id, patted. So this is one of the words where you will have to double the consonant and then add the ed, which you will learn more about this later. So this is going to be the only word in this first column with the E and the D sound, ed. So patted, patted.
But you're adding another T.
Yes, that can be sometimes confusing, but for some words, you have to add you have to double the final consonant before adding the ending, which you will learn more about that later, okay?
Like you just said.
So today we sorted 1-syllable words after we added the suffix ed, and we sorted them based on the sounds that the suffix makes at the end, whether it's yelled, yanked, or patted. And what we learned today will help us to become better readers and writers. Is there anything that you would like to share about what we did today?
What I would like to show, it was a little bit hard for the last one, but I tried my best. But I just needed a little bit